Hi everyone, here we are again with some more questions. This first one is from Dario Giordano. It's about Neil Peart. Did I ever meet him? Did I appreciate his work with Rush? I never met the man. I'm sorry about that. I know people who have met him and they said he was a really great guy. There are a few of us left in the entertainment world who understand that the job may be extraordinary, but usually we're not. And he seemed to be one of those down-to-earth guys, so I wish I had met him. And the second part of the question was about a project he did with a lot of other drummers, creating an album of Buddy Rich charts. And why was I not on it when so many other guys were? I think it was done at a time when I really didn't know Kathy, and she probably didn't know how to get in touch with me. But also I was probably working all the time anyway and probably couldn't have done it. I'd like to have been on it, of course I would. But hey, that's the way it goes. This is from Marcel Mertens. Marcel Mertens. Sounds Belgian to me, or Dutch. It's about the medallion people see me wearing around my neck. This one. He wants to know the story of it. Well, very simple. When I got married to my wife Jackie, I had a simple J there. Then I had my son James. We didn't need to change anything. James, Jackie, same J. Then I had my first daughter Emmy. So we built a new one. So it became a J and an E. And by the time we got it from the jewelers, we realized there was another child on the way. It was my second daughter, Callie. And that's why there's a small C in the middle. It's just one of those little things that when you are working around the world on a long tour, it just reminds you every day that there's something very, very important at home for you. And the most important thing in your life is at home for you. So that's why I wear it. Keeps me in touch with them when I'm halfway around the world. This is from Alan McRae. Why did we re-record And the Address on the latest Deep Purple Whoosh album, and whose idea was it? The idea was Bob Ezrin, our wonderful producer. There was a great feeling at the time that the album that would become Whoosh would be the last album. And his thinking was that, well, why don't we take the song that was track 1 on the first album, Shades of Deep Purple, and make it the last track on the last album. So we've done a complete musical circle. Well, that was a great idea. But with what's gone on in the world for the last few months, and looks like it's going on for a few more months, we have no live work this year. So there's every possibility we'll take that time and make another record. Why wouldn't we do something creative? So the idea, as wonderful as it was, may just have been blown out of the realms of possibility by this virus thing and the fact that we may well make another record. So that's the story of it. This is a similar question from two guys, Graham Johnson and Tony Palmieri. What do I remember about the making of the In Rock album? Was the sound due to the instruments at the time, Richie's guitar, or was it down to Martin Birch's studio genius? I think it was down to everything. Martin was very, very important on it. He understood that we were We were not trying to make a Sergeant Pepper. We were trying to capture for 35, 40 minutes, whatever the album ran, I can't remember, some of the excitement and some of the improvisation that we were creating on stage. And I think we captured that very, very well. Martin understood he just needed to put the sound on tape that we were creating in the recording room. No clever changes, no clever EQs, no silly echoes. A true document of what that band was doing at that time. And the second part of their question, I keep telling you guys one question each. How come Hard Loving Man, Fly to the Rat, Live and Wreck really seem to get played live? Well, the problem is, if you've got 1 or 2 albums, you can play everything you know because that's a stage set. When you've got 20 odd albums, that's slightly more difficult to actually get in everything that everybody wants to hear. Yeah, no, we haven't done them for a long time, but there's no reason why we couldn't do them. It's a matter of what if you bring something in, you have to lose something else. And as good as those songs are, there are other songs which a lot more people feel are more important to them. And when they buy what is now a very expensive ticket to a concert, there's 4 or 5, maybe 6 songs that they really would like to hear. So that's what we give them. You know, we try and make it a little different every night to make it interesting for us as well. But there's not that much room when you've got an hour and 30, an hour and 45 minutes. So yes, they're missing, but hey, they may turn up in the future. Who knows? This is from 3 guys with the same question. Terry Meakin, Stephen Goldstein, I don't know how you say it, and Johan Antonides. Deep Purple have been recorded as the loudest band in the world. Well, of course we was. We were the first band. We were the first band in the world ever measured for that sort of record, you know. And we were the loudest band till the next loud band came along. Didn't make any difference. We always use volume as another instrument. We use it as an effect, an emotion to be created by that power. But it was never designed to hold that record, you know. And compared to modern bands today, you know, we're quite quiet. And it's a second part to the same question, so I'll allow it. How is my hearing after all these years? It ain't good. I'm one of those guys that has the TV flat out. I have all the treble turned up and all the bass turned off. 55, 56 years, whatever it is, of playing drums, just acoustically, is something your ears were not designed to take. And then when you put 30, 40 years of playing next to Marshall stacks and screaming Leslie cabinets, sure, there's going to be damage, you know. I can hear all the stuff I don't need to hear. If I'm watching a movie, I can hear the booms and the explosions, I can hear the subsonics. What I'm missing is that frequency of the voice. They're the ones that disappear first. And about a year and a half ago, my wife got so annoyed at the fact that I never knew what she was saying to me. And when we were at dinner with some friends, I'd be nodding my head as if I understood what was going on. And she could see that I had not a clue. So this guy came around with a pair of very expensive hearing aids. And she insisted that I start coming back into the real world where I could hear what people were saying. So when I'm watching the TV, it doesn't need to be deafening now. If I'm out to dinner or in a bar with somebody, I can actually hear what they're talking about. So yes, the ears are damaged, but hey, I look at it as a small price to pay for the life that volume's given me. This is from Noriaki Santo. He's learning to play Burn, the track Burn. He'd like to understand how to play the fills and rolls and how to play the double strokes and single strokes. I can't tell you, man. You know, when I recorded that, it was potluck. Just, I tried everything and 95% of it worked. And the other 5% was close enough that nobody really saw the little mistakes. I mean, I did, but nobody else did. It's for that moment, you know. I can't pre-program things the way a lot of technically excellent guys can do. I can't do that. The moment comes in the piece of music, and I react to it, and I play something. If I get away with it, it sounds fantastic, and if I don't, hey, at least I tried. So I can't tell you how to play that track because I don't know myself. I just know I can do it, and sometimes it's really, really good, and sometimes it's, yeah, hey, it's only rock and roll.